Hello, Pony Pals. This is Wildland Acres, but back with Stormy Cove. So, last week when we left off with Stormy Cove, we were working on building up its funds from scratch when it brought it down to less than $3,000. Worked on figuring out which horses to sell to make a profit, how much to sell them for. By the end of making that video, we were at $110,000. Just leaving it alone. I've logged in, but I haven't touched it since. We're now at $220,000. Now we'll get weekly pay, and we're back down to 511 horse bucks a day, which it's 500 horse bucks a day. You can't you can't say those aren't helpful, though at the same time, we can try to build up that show bonus. Right now, we want to see how quickly, if we get 375,000 horse bucks, we can convert that into 30 investment vouchers, which we can buy a basic upgrade with. So let's see how fast we can get that. But yeah, right now we're working on getting that, and then that will help us auto show, because the individual showing is not as fun. So right now we're doing a lot more of selling horses till we get our basic upgrade, and then we can transition into a daily bonus funds as our main thing we're trying to build, so we don't have to be selling horses anymore. But we're already almost halfway there. So now we go to our barns. All of the rank specials were sold, and the high point, all of the high point horses that I felt guilty for putting up for such high price, they all sold. It's the ones around 200 and less that did not sell. At this point, I'm gonna put those ones in the show barn. They will still be for sale for the rest of the month, but I will just move them over there. Now, but pastures are open again, so I know we are really wanting to see what to do with the pasture again. So here's our pasture. We have 7 mares. One thing I came to realize, though, we did not test Lemon because she had cream, and she was the only one who had cream in our herd. But now this girl has cream, so we're just gonna quickly go and see if Lemon really should be spayed before she has another foal. So, breeding advice. Better show horse than a breeder. How many points does this horse have? 211. We're just gonna put her in the show barn, because the ones with lots of points are really going to be helpful later on when we're building our show bonus. But right now, if we gain too many points, we're no longer going to be able to sell the pointed horses, because the pointed crates, because we no longer get pointed crates after a certain number of points is in our stable. That's why Wildland Acres cannot create pointed crates. Okay, so we go back to pastures. Breed this pasture. Okay, now in a few moments, there should be an email telling me which the best foal is, though. Who are we kidding? It's this one right here. This mare is far higher quality than the rest. So you go to family. If you go down here, you can see how many foals she's had. So this one is going to be our new stud that we're going to be putting in a moment. And let's look at this one. A little girl. very, very similar looking, but she is a warm blood. So this will be interesting. I cannot paper test. I keep on wanting to jump into paper test, but even when I can, I need to tell myself we're not going to here because I want to show a basic account version or a non-upgraded account version of hybrid breeding where we don't do that. So we're going to call her Dark Shore. There we go. And I can guarantee you right now that's the best foal of this pasture because the mirror is so much better. It might not be. Sometimes really crazy things happen, but let's select these foals. Move. And actually, we're going to move him to burn. So I know she will be good. The rest of these need to at least since we had just foundation style foundation level horses at this point, aside from her mother. At this point, we can still treat this like line breeding. Next month, we're going to have to do different things because we're actually putting this guy into the pasture. So now we come to these foals. This is a stallion. Oh. At this point, until we get into foals of the one I just put in, I'm just gonna geld that one. I should just gelded him from its page so we don't have to do as many clicks. Geld spay. Now we go to the mirrors. Let's see what colors we get. Go. Breeding advice. We now have a mirror that passes. Performance inspection, 9.7. So not really exciting, but she passed. This is our first affiliate to go through tests and pass. Actually, what should we name her? I want to name her Holly. Holly Leaf. That's a warrior cat name. The warrior cat is actually a black cat. Well, calculating eye color. We have a draft. Breeding advice. Don't look so bad. Like when we did breeding advice last month when the mares didn't have much of a pasture bonus, all the fillies got spayed. Test grade is 10.2. This is a good thing. And now we need to make sure we keep the foals for performance testing to try to get the average of that to compare to the mares. Or before you sell them, record it down, keep the average on the mares page. I'll probably be worrying about that in a little bit when it's time to comb mares. But right now, like it's gonna take a couple months for these ones to be ready. Oh, this one has a different color eye. I'm pretty sure it has tiger eye. Reading advice. Performance inspection. This one, you see the darkness on the shoulder? That is from non-done 1. From our pretty non-done 1 mare. Let's breeding advice. They don't look so bad. Okay, so that test compared the filly both to the quality of the stallion, which was a rank special. It was perfect regular crate and the mother. So since that one has non-done 1 and passed inspection, I hadn't run inspection on her mother yet because I didn't want to lose the non-done 1. But now I'm going to run breeding advice on her. There we go. She's good too. But yeah, sometimes you can keep a mare to try to keep. Okay, let's just run. So we've been getting like high 9s. Let's see what performance inspection this one has from a blue mother. 10.1. So not as impressive as I would think it would be. So now I'm not going to run breeding advice on her. Like no, like she's going to get spayed. Her dad is a sea stallion and her mother's a blue mare. Like that's way too uneven. And that's the gelding. So all the fillies passed testing this time. Actually, let's name them. Have to do that. Fuzzy. I did a couple spaces so her name would pass. Dr. Jones. I don't know why, but and there are women who can be doctors and their last names can be Jones. Like the fact that this is a mare is not a problem at all. And I'm gonna call her Peaches Blush. Blush. There we go. And we have, actually, let's go and we're gonna performance test this foal too. Performance test everything. There we go. I'm actually going to go through and performance test the foals from last year too. So I'm looking for 2-year-olds. Yeah, there's gotta be more 2-year-olds than that. We got more than 4 foals. 1, 2, 3. Now the performance, this method is flawed. It's definitely goes more towards replacing older mares with younger mares, which is kind of what we want too, because we want to make room for our younger mares. But this, like the performance test, is a lump of both the mare and the stallion. So the mares who are bred to the earlier, lower quality stallions are more likely to be beaten by fillies, which are only like mares, which have only been bred to higher level stallions. But that's something that is going to happen in this strategy, and it helps us see new faces. True, we might accidentally lose a higher quality mare, but hopefully, like the goal is the mares will be becoming higher quality later on as we go anyway. So we're going to performance test these ones. 9.3, 8.3. Okay. Go to our pasture. Might as well do a performance test. Oh wait, did we already performance test him? Okay, 10.1. So now we're gonna go through and put the average score of PT scores for the foals with each mare, so we can have an idea of the quality of foal, like performance test and the performance testing number and the breeding quality number are both thrown from the same breeding. Like performance test does not indicate how well an individual horse can breed, but the breeding number of the parents throws both the breeding and performance test scores. So this will show us about roughly the quality of breeding horses each horse can produce. So if we go to her family, so foals, we have 10.1. So she keeps on throwing 10.1 with the same stallion that all these others. And so 10 R.1's allowed. No. We'll just have to remember that that's 10.1. And this also, since we'll have these random numbers at the end, this will also mean that we can do more names without worrying about the names not being accepted. So she has 9.6. Her foals have, so 9.85. 9.85. Lightning. Let's look at her foals. 9.9, 9.7, so 9.8. So 9.8. Splitting leaf. We got 9.6 and 10.2. This shows how wide in the numbers can be. She's probably an inconsistent. Which means she can throw really low or really high sometimes. No, she's consistent. So this might just be a fact of she threw a really low number without the pasture bonus last month and a really high number with the pasture bonus or this month. Sorry. So we have 4, 2, so her average will be 9.9. Let's look at her. So this will be like just a little less than the other one, so 9.85. She hasn't been throwing done with either of her foals. Wait, we're not doing attack right now. So 9, 8, 5. Okay. 9.7. Her foals are 9.3 and 9.6. So this would be 9.45. So 945. So if you look at this can kind of show you what quality the mares are throwing, so we can, when we need to, which isn't right now obviously, but when we, like in about 2 months when we move those other foals in, we can look at their current averages and decide which ones to call. So right now, like our non-done one mare is our first one on the block, but fortunately we've got a filly with non-done one, so we can keep that going. So non-done one, and then lightning would be next. Then razzle dazzle and the done together. So far, our blue mare, obviously, and our chestnut fitting leaf. These ones are our two strongest mares at the moment. We will see what happens next time. And so far, we've had more basic fillies. Let's see what happens with this guy's a stallion. We can go from here. Wait a moment. Okay. Now, we're not going to use Whisper of the Shore anymore. He is a rank special. He is bred, though. I am going to put him for sale for 1,500 or 15,000, sorry. Not as much as I would put him for not bred, but he's still very young. So we'll put him for sale. And now we are going to create some more horses that we can then use. So right now, you have checked in 2 times and unlocked a free rank 2 herd helper. Your goal is for rank 6. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to make random horses. Now let's make them 4-year-olds, so if people want to buy them for breeders, they can. In white, 140 points. This one, oh, she's a Palomino too. 28 horsebacks per day. Ooh, a flaxen red roan. A lot of these look like these are probably going to be more horses that are going to be difficult to sell. Yeah, we're not getting really lucky rolls on the pointed creates. Yeah. But these will probably end up staying in our show barn for being, ooh, that's a pretty color. Looks like she's got roan too. I might end up seeing if we can throw her into the breeding barn since we have room. And that way, Okay. Let's see what happens if we activate the herd helper. So you saw what normal horses look like. Now let's look for fillies. 47. Like this was just random. That wasn't because I changed to a herd helper. But this is what the horses look instead. So we might throw in one of these to add some white coloring to, or white non-coloring. Whites, add some whites to the herd. At the same time, if you do that, you also have to be, oh, I like that. We also have to be careful of lethal white. So you have to be careful and also like try to find more color to white ratio. That way, like, the closer it is to being solid white, the more likely it will produce a, oh, I like that. And the white tips. Like the more it's supposed to be solid white as far as white patches go, not light coloring, more likely to produce a lethal white foal. And we seem to be getting better. Okay, I was saying and then like spoke too soon. 184. And also, like, these mirrors are flashier. Some people. Okay, here's the thing which is cool about creating horses. Sometimes you'll just accidentally get a lottery. Actually, let me quickly grab this for the thumbnail. There we go. We now have the thumbnail for our video. I was starting to wonder. I was still trying to figure out what to do. This is interesting how it goes off like that. So this is, let's count the zeros. So 10,000. Sometimes there's 10,000. Sometimes it's 50,000, 15,000. Sometimes it's 25, 50. Sometimes you get a $1 million jackpot. So if you just create, sometimes like this really helps. Like these help already because of the point creates and the fact that I'm planning on putting these for sale, but there's another pretty one. Equine genome. So I guess we're getting a horse? Or maybe we're splicing with a llama. Pretty. I wonder if that's an indication that this is going to be one of the horses which Doris is going to think is a llama. Ooh. So this one you'd want to only pair with solid stallions to make sure the foals don't die. She has roan too. Ooh. This is just one of the white genes. There are so many white genes. And this is just one of them. Oh, whoa, we've spent $70,000 on creating horses? Wow. Now you guys have to be careful because once you start allowing yourself to spend, you can really spend. Let's look. We're to a little over $1,000 daily show bonus, but we didn't get good rolls. Now let's go to our barns. I'm just gonna do breeding advice on these mares. It's not nice to, like, aside from bootstrap horses, which is a given, it's like horses like this, test them first before you, or at least breeding advice them before you sell them. That way people don't buy them as breeders and then decide they're not, and then they're like not good enough to breed. So breeding advice. So you see, like, most of them will pass, not all of them. I got a lot of horses. Okay, I'm not going to make you guys watch me put all of them for sale, but I'll just go through the ones that I think are more likely to get sold. And yeah, like the ones under 200, I'm honestly wondering whether there's a point in me trying to sell them. So this one I'll put up for 9,000. And this is, like, I'll probably advertise them, but not in this video. Okay, 8,000 for her because it's only like 10,000 is her all-time payout currently too. Like, I want to go a few thousand less than that. Like, I want to like bank out on this pretty quick. Like, we're getting way less than we would if we kept these horses for their entire lives. We're getting money faster, which will help us get our daily show bonus, which will really make things way better. So 12,000 for 9,000. And like you can increase, like we're posting them for less than their all-time payout, and also if you show them more. Wait a minute. 12,000. You show them more, that number is going to go up. Like even just a little bit will make it go up drastically. Like not. It's like. Not drastically, but still going up quite a bit. Like 10 horse bucks different can make $1,000 difference on some of these. 9,000. So this one is, okay, still 10,000. So I'll put her up for 8,000. Oh, sorry about that. I am on Discord. Okay, this one, her current lifetime payout is 10. I am not going to sell her. I am going to put her in pasture. She was my favorite one, and she's a mare, and she's got high numbers. Like this one, 400. So let's look. 19,000 already. So we're gonna put her up for 15,000. Similar to the rank special stallion, actually. And I was like apologizing for these high numbers last time, but all those ones sold. So we will do it again and make back the money that we spent on buying all these horses, plus all the ones that do not get sold will increase our daily show bonus. So this is kind of a win scenario for now. Like, it's very intensive. I'm like individually posting all these horses for sale and stuff. This is not a long-term scenario. Like, this is not how I'd want to be playing the game forever. But this is trying to quickly get funds, get a basic account. Oh yeah, there's all these ones too. Okay, this was another one I really liked. I'm really glad I put the other one in the pasture because this one was spayed. And put up for 9,000. This one only got 95. Like some of them it works, some of them it doesn't. She got spayed too. She is pretty. Let's see if somebody wants. There's a pretty show pony. Like, the fact that these ones have flash means that they might go for sale faster. So I probably shouldn't have ignored the herd helper when it showed up. It's just rank 6 is when you can sell rank specials. You can only get one of them, so I don't know, maybe I should consider these more worthwhile. Wait, I forgot to find. Okay, so she's quality for 9,000. $9,000. There we go. I guess. Wait, let's refresh this. I might just put the rest of these into my show barn because, like, the other ones of this quality did not get sold, and I'm kind of sick of clicking. I'm sure you're sick of watching me click. I'll put these into the show barn for now. We can train them up. They will keep on earning money for us. They can get their lifetime payouts even more. Oh, you can go too. Wait, are we creating more? What are those horses? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. So these horses, if they sell, they should make me back about like roughly 60,000 more than what I spent on all those horses. Plus, we got several more horses for our show bonus, which we still need to not ignore, even though the fact that we're selling all the horses with a significant show bonus right now kind of seems counterintuitive. So let's look. Right now, our show bonus is up to over 1,000. It will come back down again, but I'm trying to remember, is it 2,000 or 20,000 when the point creates is no longer happen? Either way, this should have a set. Oh, another thing I almost forgot. You need to train all your horses. I will show them later. Maybe in a couple days, hoping that some of these horses will be sold. Another thing about trying to grow your show herds too much right now is then you have to click on all of them and show them, or like you don't have to, but for them to get more points. Everybody has a great training session. Come on. Whisper of the shore did not want to train. Oh wait, I didn't breed that new mare. I'm gonna quickly train these guys, then hopefully the stallion hasn't sold yet. It's like every time I train the horse, it refreshes the page and I still have the same amount of money, so no horses have sold yet. We'll throw him back into pasture and breed the mare. We'll see what her foals PT score is and what it looks like, because that's what we all want to know, right? And then we can be done. Until more exciting news happens. Like, I know that in the first little bit, there's really not much to do on these younger accounts. One of the reasons why starting them later in the month is probably best. That way, you at least have more to do to get your feet wet starting out. So you can have the very end of one month and then the beginning of the next month, but then you have to wait a month till the next time. It gives you less time to wait while you build up. Okay. So now go to pastures. I know I just got you in here, surprise. My barn. Then we go to the barn. Put that one in the pasture. Move really fast and hopefully it doesn't get sold. Breathe the pasture. And now we have this one's full. So mare, stallion. Let's see what we get. Looks the same as the others because it did not get the white one. So sorry guys, that's anticlimactic. I don't know why I'm doing breeding advice. I'm gonna be gelding him anyway. Performance inspection, that's what we want. 9.3. So that's not exciting. We go to his mom. 9.3. So there's a good chance she's not gonna be staying for very long either. Sorry, guys. We have that guy. We can put him in the show barn. And now we need to do the whole switch the stallions again so I don't forget. Put that guy back in pasture. So now we'll get to see what our new boy Surprise does with all the mares. That will take a month, but he has lots of varied genetics. Oh, we forgot to genetic test her. At this point, I feel like I'm more killing time than anything else. Sorry, guys. So she's homozygous black, homozygous bay. Only once she has DP. That is so. Oh my goodness. You can't get DP with random creates like this, but not often. You usually only get it in rank specials as foundation. So I'm very glad I chose to keep her. White 2. Appaloosa, but we don't have any Appaloosa, so. But yeah, hopefully we get a full of hers with her DP and the white 2 before we end up culling her out of pasture. So there's some cool genetics here. And she also will give us $10,000 eventually. Like a couple dollars a time over her life, but still. And like this is like that's what you get from a horse with like 200 like points. There are horses with like 7,000 points if you show them long enough. So show your horses, they can really help you. But yeah, this is Stormy Cove. We definitely went back in funds a bit, but we're still not where we were, and hopefully we'll jump ahead again. Until then, I wish you luck. Have a good day. Bye.